This is News at 8.
Hello, good evening and welcome to News at 8 on the last day of 2013 with me, Stephen Enti. Coming up in the bulletin, President John Mahama delivers his New Year message to the nation on the national broadcaster Ghana Television. And meanwhile, former President Kufuor has urged the new Patriotic Party members to use the party structures to resolve their internal wrangling. Let's now go over to Ghana Television to hear the President's broadcast.
We triumphed as a country. We did not only weather the storm, we emerged with our credentials intact as the model of democratic governance on the African continent. Notwithstanding the storms we faced, we worked to push through important reforms in public financial management and economic policy. We also worked hard to move forward many infrastructural projects that are critical to our transition from a lower middle income country into a full-blown middle-income economy. Fellow countrymen and women, we are at the early stages of dramatic developments in our urban transport network, in our maritime and port development, in our aviation sector, energy, manufacturing, and business. And I am proud as your president to have the honor to lead our country into this new era of prosperity and opportunity. As a people, we can achieve this if only government and citizens would work as a partnership to bring to reality our common vision of a great nation. Government is ready to create that partnership with labor, with the business community, with the youth, persons with disability, marginalized groups, and indeed all our citizens and international friends. Countrymen and women, our members of the Council of State were right when they expressed concern at the diminished sense of nationalism and patriotism in our country. This makes social and political mobilization difficult. As president, I pledge to work to restore the confidence and trust of our people so we can all have a significant stake in this dear nation of ours. Let us all join in thinking and working for Ghana. In this way, we can build a nation of boundless opportunities for all our citizens. Countrymen and women, I believe in the prophetic word that 2014 will be the start of many good things for Ghana. We must claim it not only in our prayers and thoughts, but also in our attitudes and actions. I pledge to provide the dedicated leadership required and call on all Ghanaians, no matter your status, civil servants, farmers, doctors, teachers, nurses, market women, masons, to join me in thinking and working for Ghana. And finally, I congratulate our Black Stars for qualifying for Brazil 2014. Our gallant stars have risen to the occasion again and again, even in times when we have doubted their ability to overcome the odds. We are in a formidable group, but the Black Stars are a formidable team too. And remember the adage, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. I believe that once again the stars will shine in Brazil and make us proud. My wife, Lodina, and I wish you all a happy and a prosperous new year. Let us begin to think and work for Ghana. God bless us all. God bless our homeland, Ghana. Have a happy new year. Thank you.
Well, that was President John Dramani Mahama addressing the nation there. Now, still ahead, effective January, the Accra Regional Police Command will begin a massive clampdown on group motorbiking in the capital. And the new ShopRite building on the Osei Oxford Street, closed down by AMA some 2 weeks ago, is back in business and cashing in on avid festive shoppers. Ahead of the New Year celebrations, we'll bring you tips on how to prolong the battery life of your smartphone. And on the international front, South Sudan's president, rebel leader, are sending delegations to Ethiopia for peace talks. All these plus more coming up shortly. The Accra Regional Police Command will begin a massive clampdown on group motorbike riders from January 1st. The practice, where young motor riders move in a convoy to celebrate the festive season, is gradually gaining root in the country. This, the police assures, will soon be a thing of the past.
The general public has expressed concern about the trend, complaining that thieves and other miscreants engage in the practice to disturb the public peace. Accra Regional Police Public Relations Officer DSP Freeman Tete, in an interview with Joy News, said the total disregard for traffic rules and regulations by these motor riders is illegal.
They ride on registered motors, first of all, without helmets, and they ride in group, virtually taking over the streets. In Mamobi, Nima, Sukura, Russia, Adenta, Medina, and certain communities, they take over the place. Some of them turn themselves into, turn those areas into racing course or race course, doing all manner of things. Most often, it happens when they are going to bury somebody. They block the major roads and then make it difficult for other road users. They even pose other road users, including themselves, to danger. So this is what the police administration is frowning on, and a lot of people are expressing concern. So the police administration has tasked the community policing unit to embark on education. Then tomorrow, which is 1st January, we will start massive operation to arrest all those perpetrators. So
Imantete added that the Accra Police Command, in collaboration with the Community Policing Directorate, will embark on a massive sensitization to enforce the law and ensure that those who are caught are sent to court and prosecuted. He warned that the police will not entertain any appeals from influential members of the society who always come to the aid of miscreants once arrested.
We will not renege on sending them to court. They must be prosecuted. So the few unlucky ones who will be arrested will not be spared. And then we are also sending a signal to those who have turned themselves into pleading agents that this time around, when you come, I think you better advise yourself not.
The Tesano branch of the police MTTU is also putting in place measures to minimize road accidents during the festive season.
We have developed a strategy which are going to be on the road this evening, commencing from 3 p.m. to the next morning, which is 3 a.m. We have earmarked some places which men are going to be deployed there, and then patrol team is going to patrol on the road to ensure that, like I said, especially from 11:15 p.m. entry into the a.m., that's the new year, you see a lot of workers driving, those who have gone to clubs, just riding anyhow, also driving anyhow. So we are going to ensure that such things are kept down.
Etonam say, Joy News.
Still in Accra, sanitation is still a major problem confronting city authorities. Despite efforts made to eliminate filth in the capital, the disregard for sanitation by some traders and pedestrians continue to be a major problem. Joy News and this story visited Malam La Paz Highway and came through with this report.
Many factors account for poor sanitation in the capital. Notable among them is the refusal of traders to collect rubbish they make and pedestrians who continue to litter the environment. Even though it is the responsibility of the various district assemblies to ensure the law against littering is adhered to, the enforcement drive is missing and no one gets arrested or fined for littering. Joy News visited some areas in Accra and spoke to these traders who openly displayed their goods by this heap of rubbish.
Zoom lion for the Prahanum. And at times, everybody ball some have a contribute as a sana de ade.
And then the Zoom line for Namamba. Sometimes
perhaps a more intensified public education on the dangers of poor sanitation and the placement of waste bin at designated areas could help address the situation. Matilda Pamaga for Joy News.
Former President Kufuor has urged the new patriotic party members to use the party structures to resolve their internal wrangling rather than washing their dirty linen in public. He said if they are unable to resolve their differences within the party, it might affect its chances in the 2016 presidential and parliamentary elections.
Former President John Agyekum Kufuor expressed worry about the recent fights among officials, which he says has the potential of destroying the party.
Na ya hunsem bebre abontin say ho wi anu akogina manfo anim say monto abaman wa say ho awie anu nye nti nsam no bu ha ya kan fie atwede abusu atwede ho but ya boni fie ya mfa nkwa abontin wo de koto abontin na chese abusu an wotetentem nti na masro mu say momyamfa party constitution nya adwuma na senior shensity no say polling station organization say constituency say national wa wo pebie bia no media mensu kwan say party badia na mom fa party mran na adwuma.
Even though he acknowledged the difficulties and challenges the election petition brought to the economy, he says it was necessary.
About 2012 no nipa pi ani anyo ho nti court nsam abepiem court nsam abepiem ama saso na necessary yes e court to chance nke abefa nkontima na second twetwe ho ni nyina akyere se man no nyini assemble sabi ya di anoka chance e bebomba.
The single spine pay policy, which was introduced by the former President Kufuor's administration, is now under threat of being scrapped. In his response to the single spine being scrapped, he said, "New king, new law."
A single spine, no, Nasama buying sorry, Procrappen or the buy, yeah, and where my ben fame and sunny idea. And that's an Macano. I never buy no so. Tiabama Bano, so I should one to me find my own answer. So, ye be a Ghanaphobia when it's a winner, the minor question.
Former President Kufuor also advised the government on the economy.
Police is a Bama private sector, no, and yet can be said. Sabi businessman and a businessman with some fifra. Obinyani da so mfa so papa bi beba. Sa private sector for no. Won mu boa pa ye boa man ye won mu sori a na nyuma ye ni sika ne ade no ba man mu obi anya bi na ade. Aban de audience obehye framework no. Na obi ase enabling atmosphere. Who about policies in the deba near overtaxation.
He was optimistic the coming year will be better than 2013.
And Kumasi-based Love FM of the Multimedia Group has launched a safe driving campaign in the metropolis as part of efforts to reduce road accidents during the Christmas and New Year festive season. The highlight of the campaign was the hanging of a crashed vehicle at vantage points to drive home the message. Ashanti Regional Correspondent Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin reports.
The annual public service initiative was instituted some 10 years ago. Looking ahead to next year, the station focused the theme on driving safely into 2014. Love FM also undertook driver and pedestrian education and a blood donation exercise to meet high demand at hospitals during the season. The crashed vehicle moved from major runabouts and intersections on a daily basis over a period. News editor Saeed Ali Yaqub explains the hanging of the car is a pictorial caution to drivers to be extra careful on the road.
Is this mangle car, maybe for strategic reasons, I wouldn't want to mention the make of the vehicle, but people can see it for themselves. This is a car we have hanged. It's an accident vehicle. This is part of a road safety campaign, an annual road safety campaign we have been doing, Lab FM has been doing over the years. And then as part of the activities, we hang this vehicle at various points in the city.
Sales and marketing manager Isaac Ejay Entry said the public response over the years shows a positive impact of the annual campaign.
So it's very important that people look at this and, get a pictorial, event of what is happening, so that they can also make sure that whatever they do on the road can let them end up like this. So it makes everybody drive carefully, so that we get sometimes a free accident or accident-free Christmas.
Motorists spoke to Joy News, lauded the idea, saying it will discourage drivers from speeding, overloading, and engaging in other reckless acts that put lives at risk.
Dawns on you to be very careful on the road. It's very good, especially during this Christmas festival. It's okay.
Available accident statistics indicate a consistent rise in road accidents in Ghana during the festive seasons each year. Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin for Joy News, Kumasi.
And here in Accra, 54-year-old staff of the Electricity Company of Ghana, Legon branch, and a land agent is reported missing for the past 5 weeks. Andrew Akwete-Ofori was reported missing after he left his office on November 26th, heading home. Police say they have a suspect.
We received a complaint, from the family members that on the date in question, that fateful day, one Mr. Ofori Akwete, a businessman, Dodowa here, was in the company of Mr. Kwao. And this man has ever since, disappeared. So we initiated investigations. And for now, we've not been able to locate Mr. Ofori Akwete, nor his 4x4 vehicle. So we've launched intensive investigations. Kwao has been arrested and remanded into police custody to assist us in investigations. We've tried as much as possible also to reach out to residents in Dodowa and its immediate surroundings, but still we still have some challenges.
Wife of the missing man, Susanna Na Afikwashi, is worried.
Okra mi say by first no ye call a year wo Pantam village. Inti ye ba on the 4th. On the 5th no kwa juma e no be fie nwumre. On the 6th no kwa ye no ye Wednesday. Oko anopa no enwumre no wamba. Mi friend na wianum se me wo fufuo baba be de osi da bi wamba nti man friend no bio ni fu se bi obekọ adwuma nti na anopa be ye form ho na nadamfo na oni ni call ye no friend se e wo fia na.
My name is Stephen Anti and this is News at 8. We'll take a break, and when we return we'll bring you tips on how to extend the battery life of your smartphone. Stay with us. Welcome back. Perhaps one of the biggest challenges you would face in 2014 is how to extend the battery power of your smartphone. It is no doubt we are a smartphone society now, from checking emails, Facebook posts, surfing the web, and WhatsApping. Our smartphones have become part of our daily lives, yet can also become our headache if not managed properly. In the following report, Eric Curtis Howard takes us through some smart ways to extend the battery life of our smartphones.
Smartphones, don't we? It has helped to make life easier for many of us. Now, instead of walking hundreds of meters to the nearest internet cafe to check your meals, you can simply do so with a click of a button on your smartphone. In 2014, the Ghana Interbank Payment and Settlement Systems, GIPS, says it is introducing a new Ghana Link platform that will make it possible for Ghanaians to use their smartphones to deposit cash into their bank accounts. This laudable project will contribute to making our smartphones a very important feature in our lives. Simply put, you cannot belong to today's modern age if you do not have a smartphone.
Oh, well, see, this world is a global world, so you have to use phones that you can easily access people through other social networks and all that. So I have been using the smartphone for the past 4 years.
Well, I think it's the best choice. You can do everything on your phone. You don't have to go to the cafe. Everything is here. I like it.
But the usage of smartphones come at a price. You are mostly the targets of pickpockets on the streets, and worst of all, suffer losing out on that important phone call because your smartphone battery cannot last for more than 4 hours.
Smartphones, because we are almost on it almost all the time, the battery strength, the length of the battery is what's the problem. So we normally use them, the battery falls, you try charging them, that has been a problem, the basic problem.
Yeah, the battery usually runs down before night falls, or sometimes even during the day you would have to recharge it before you use it. What happens is if you are driving, fine, you can charge it, but if not, the phone just goes off. So probably you have a backup phone which has another SIM. You use that one until you get to a place where you can charge that one.
So what do you do? Experts have some recommendations to extend the battery life of your smartphone. One of the first things to do, experts say, is to adjust the screen brightness on your phone to about 10%. Next, put off all antennas on your phone, such as Bluetooth, GPRS, and Wi-Fi when not in use, whilst turning off some of the notifications your phone applications normally display. Another measure is to minimize the gadgets your phone syncs with. And don't forget to lower or completely put off all notification volumes on your phone except your ringer tone. Vibrations are a no-no for smartphones since it weakens the batteries faster than any other applications on the phone. Lastly, you could consider putting your phone totally off when you wouldn't need it for an hour or two because of a meeting or a church activity. Hope these interventions would work and continue enjoying your smartphones. And if you don't have one, please go get one because you will need it in the shortest possible time. Eric Curtis Howard, Joy News.
And a 5-year project dubbed Transformed People Developed Community, which would build human capital and to facilitate infrastructural development in Aprede community, would begin in 2014. The project begins with value addition to education at all levels and the construction of nurses and teachers' accommodations. At this year's Ojura Festival, the chief of the area, Nana Safro Kwampa III, commended the multimedia group for its contribution towards the construction of the road in the area. Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin has more.
2 years ago, the state of these roads in the Aprede community were deplorable. Streets in the town, believed to be the oldest in the Akuapem area, were inaccessible. Many houses were also collapsing in the low-lying Akuapem town. Inshira FM's Ohimin Tewia's report aired on the multimedia platforms caught the attention of philanthropist Eric Oredu Akrofi, who salvaged the community with the construction of town roads and drainage systems. Aprede Nana Saforo Kwampa III commended the multimedia group for bringing change to the doorsteps of the people. In an exclusive interview with Joy News, he said the over-reliance on government did not yield any results.
Afi ebini nsuo yade bi a ho den okurum ha pa. Adwuma eni kurum ha. Ana fi beebi a yesra he obi pese okohwe bibi na nanijia ana odi holiday bia abrofo no tourist sites no ye pese ne ayewo no ye besiesie na anigisemo owu ni se ye di sa enoma isi ye ni so no aboafo eye Aprede ma your member of parliament, Dan Buche, and a municipal assembly, and a Adolfo, Kuwa Kratafo, a Kahon, Ibine, Ishra FM, Abranti Bia Freno, or Hini Teria, or Joy FM, Jumaini, Waboy P. Wabo Ohawa, a walk room, Hunderu, a free daily guide, a Kahon, UTV, as so, Iron Kasubum, Ama, Omo, documentary Bia, a ye a predi, a mania, any norma, Yihia, any norma, I say a business easy.
Meanwhile, a section of the community still faces the challenge of poor drainage, which occasionally triggers flooding. Nana Saforo Kwampa III appeals to government to partner the people of Aprede in bringing development to the community.
Aprede who coming? As it is, Aprede ni babiara, Aprede dofu biara. Yetun safro, no abe kanya hon near the afi. Afi aye di yenyina nim se, ayen kabumu a yede kanya ho abum. Na fe yadun kompon ahwe achi ya hwe enoma e wose yeye enoma esese ya yantumi anye na de da enimu a yepese yeye.
Now, it has been a successful 2013 for the Community Policing Unit of the Ghana Police Service despite its financial challenges. At a get-together for stakeholders, Director of the Community Policing Unit, Chief Superintendent Habiba Chumesi Sapong, announced the unit made some remarkable strides in public sensitization on safety.
According to the director, the Community Policing Unit was able to reach various groups and educate them on how to protect themselves and properties.
This year we had a lot of sensitization. We have done school sensitization in second cycle and first cycle institutions, helping the youth to get out of crime. We have also done interactions in markets on fire prevention, crime prevention generally. Market women, when they close from their market, they should have some security tips, and therefore they should have those skills and tools that will help them protect them against pickpocketing and other criminals. We have done patrols. We call our patrol targeted patrol. It's target because in the community we target. Let's say we are going to school, it's a target patrol. We are going to hospitals, it's a target patrol. For instance, we're in Kumasi magazine, we're in Tamale magazine.
The director indicated the coming year looked bright with a lot more safety programs lined up.
2014, we hope to achieve a lot. We hope to intensify sensitization. We hope to, especially in schools, in the markets, in the garages. We hope to have some training for drivers. We hope to get a lot of information from the community because police cannot operate without information.
The unit has been working closely with various neighborhood watch committees across the country to fight crimes in their neighborhoods. These watch groups, recognized by the police, embark on patrols, arrest, and hand over suspected criminals to the police. The police, meanwhile, presented boxes of noodles and fan milk products to the Jowulu Special School.
It gladdens my heart because this one you see here, they eat a lot. And for donating this food item to us, it will go a long way for us to give the children a better treatment at school.
Some officers, including a civilian, were honored for their exemplary work in keeping communities safe. During this festive season, the police is asking the public to be security conscious in order not to fall prey to criminals.
Watching the primetime news on Joy News. My name is Stephen Anti and we'll be right back with business. Welcome back. Now, the new ShopRite building on the Osei Oxford Street that was closed down by the AMA about 2 weeks ago is back in business and cashing in on avid festive shoppers. It was closed down because management had not been issued with an occupancy permit. Ridwan Karim Osman has the rest of the story.
In November 2013, ShopRite, the South African supermarket chain, opened a new and third store in Ghana on the Osei Oxford Street. But on December 16, 2013, barely a month after its opening, the Accra Metropolitan Assembly closed down the mall because it said the management of the facility had failed to acquire an occupancy certificate. A notice pasted on the entrance to the mall read, "Notice of closure. This building has not been issued with an occupancy certificate. Please contact the Accra Metropolitan Assembly for the certificate." However, on Tuesday, December 31st, 2013, when the news team visited the mall, it was busy with customers trooping in to shop. The notice was no longer there. We sought to find out from management whether the occupancy certificate had been secured.
There's been a tentative agreement with the AMA, and I know the project team is working in conjunction with the AMA Metro Works Department to trash out these issues. And what we have is a preliminary inspection by the AMA team to assure them that we have the necessary safety requirements in place to ensure that the public can come in and shop without any safety issues. So hopefully, I'm sure in a matter of weeks, the issue of the occupancy certificate and any other outstanding issues will be resolved amicably.
Other retail outlets managers in the same facility spoke to Joy News.
For others, I can say that yes, they affect their business, but for us, we was not open yet. After all the issues, we open our shop, so it doesn't affect us. But for other businessmen, they affect. Yeah, it's good. Business is going good because of the Christmas thing and the New Year. It's tomorrow, New Year. So everything is fine.
It was very good, actually. We were too much busy, too much people. We closed at 1 after midnight. Yeah, the things are getting better, much better, actually.
In a related development, most parts of Accra was devoid of the usual traffic congestion, even though areas such as the Flagstaff House, Abelengpe and Jowulu saw sporadic traffic build-up. A report by Ridwan Karim Dini Osman for Joy News.
The International Court of Arbitration in The Hague, Netherlands, has set January 2014 to pronounce judgment on the disputed Osei barge idling away at Efaso in the western region. Authorities are unable to utilize the barge due to a long-running battle between the government and Balkan Energy over certain terms. The prolonged litigation was due to the Balkan Energy's insistence on auditing the country's entire power lines before firing the $110 million Osei power barge, meant to generate and add about 125 megawatts of power to the national grid. And some traders in the capital say the best gift government could ever give to them in 2014 is to reduce the high utility tariffs and import duties. They claim the high utility tariffs coupled with high school fees were greatly affecting their livelihood.
These traders here at the Hawkers Market at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle in Accra, the high utility tariffs were making living conditions quite unbearable for them.
I didn't hear a school and so and a light. One shot my yen. Now, first, any and I'm about 10 on sono. One should be big a cramayen. The slower man says a carcass, Siena, MP for the dead demonum. On my assonant, I answer about in a cran, said that
2014, I one day. They pass up my mind and say, about a breast school fees, yet been chia. It's yes, Sena. One way, no day. One way, and I yet been to school fees lights here to two. Young which ring. Right now,
the problem is the unemployment of our youth, leading them to do things which are they supposed not to do morally. 2 is the population growth, whereby they should build schools, they should build hospitals, they should make water available for our brothers and sisters in the villages. The road network must be improved.
For others, however, they prefer that government reduces fuel prices, since a reduction in fuel prices was the panacea to a reduction in taxes and expenditure.
Yeah, how to true pan say Obama fuel no akọ from drivers no Obama fuel na akọ from mama na passengers no betimi afford ye adwuma no na aboa ye na enso yetimi ahwe ye yere ne ma. Secondly no economy no nso aka ho obetimi hold na maye na aboa ye ya no so beboa oman no because say bibia akosoro na mba bia obi esu aduane aye di nyina aye problem.
As a taxi driver, I never pass a ban. I say, "I bet take petrol. I'm a petrol na bafum. No be ya kwano. Amaye. Sana ya to shots ni ade. Because shots ni ade na say ya kasin bibli. Nti so motivate so na say, I want to know man say. Nsi bit me ato ne ma papa de a share car na say. No petrol no bad down na ma for so fa car na. If you see bibia be we ever plan.
The current increment in utility tariffs by the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission has been received with great disapproval from organized labor and former President Rawlings. They are both calling on the Mahama-led administration to reduce the rates.
Now, technology has been recognized globally as the bedrock of development. All developed countries like the US, UK, Japan, and lately China, among others, are advanced technologically, making them the most powerful nations of the world. Well, developing countries like Ghana are trying to catch up in terms of technology, with Ghanaian inventors at the forefront. Emmanuel Ante has more.
Apostle Dr. Kwadwo Safo, for the past 33 years, has always championed the cause of Ghanaian inventors with his inventions, but which have not been very commercially successful. He has always invented products that are yet to hit the market. The announcement that Apostle Safo is going into commercial production of his latest inventions have been hailed as good news. On display at the 33rd edition of his exhibition included a 4x4 cross-country vehicle named Kantanka Onanti4, which is ignited by a walking stick. The walking stick is raised and pointed at the vehicle, then ignition starts. Both the interior and exterior of the car is as sophisticated as any other four-wheel drive. When the car's gear is set to reverse, an automated voice issues a safety warning to those close by. Another of his vehicle inventions is the electronic saloon car, powered by 13 car batteries, making it environmentally friendly. It also has a cozy and spacious interior and the reverse attributes of the Onanti4. Perhaps one, if not the most interesting invention of this edition of the exhibition, is the Kantanka prototype aircraft with a rocket launcher and a bazookas. This is a demonstration of how it works. Another is the defense robot, which is expected to ensure the security of a particular post or area. Without the approved pass, you will not be allowed to enter or access the post or anything related to the secured area. This is a smoke detector which will indicate the exact position of a possible fire outbreak. The sensor detects the smoke, then relays it to the motherboard, which also simultaneously gives out the information in the form of spoken word. Don't be confused by this tricycle rider. It is not a Zoomlion rider, but a prototype sanitation robot. It goes round collecting litter on the streets. There is also an electric changeover switch. These engine blocks and spare parts were all molded by the Apostle. By end of May 2014, you might be seeing some of these inventions on the market and perhaps boost investor confidence in our local inventors and innovators. Emmanuel Lante, reporting for Joy News in Accra.
Very interesting innovations there. I wish I owned one of the Kantanka on 94, so I'll raise my walking stick and my car will start. That's how we end the business. We'll be right back with sports. Stay with us. In sports, doctors treating German former Formula One motor. I beg your pardon. In sports, doctors treating German former motor racing champion Michael Schumacher say his condition is slightly improved. This was after an operation was conducted to relieve pressure on his brain. His doctors say that seven-time Formula One champion suffered head injuries in a skiing accident in the French Alps on Sunday. The 44-year-old is in a medically induced coma at a hospital in Grenoble. And Bundesliga side Hertha Berlin is considering making a bid for Black Stars goalkeeper Adam Kwarase. Hertha Berlin, which earned promotion back into German's top flight, have monitored Kwarase's progress as he captained Strømsgodset to the Norwegian title and will soon make an official bid. If the proposed bid proves successful, Kwarase will be expected to challenge 18-year-old Marius Gesberg and Thomas Kraft for the #1 spot. The shot stopper is currently battling with Fatau Dauda for the right to lead the goal for the Black Stars at the 2014 World Cup. Hertha Berlin are currently lying 6th in the Bundesliga. And that's it for sports.
Sports was brought to you in association with.
And now in showbiz, sensational Ghanaian movie stars John Dumelo and Jackie Appiah have been adjudged favourite actors of the year 2013 at the Ghana Movie Awards ceremony, which was held at the Accra International Conference Centre last night.
Its inception in 2010, the Ghana Movie Awards has celebrated and honoured the achievements of both actors and actresses and the various stakeholders whose diverse contribution have helped to sustain the industry, and 2013 was no exception. The show, which started late this time, had patrons pouring out their expectations for this year's awards. When it finally started, guests and patrons' wishes came to pass as it was rated as a good show in all.
The organizers have done well. I mean, they haven't gotten everything they want to do, but, you know, they've only done this for 4 years. The Oscars have been there for, over 60 years? So every year we'll make mistakes, but we'll learn.
Some of the winners shared their joy with us.
Actually, I was so shocked. Even when I heard I was nominated, I was like, wow. Thank God.
Well, it's lovely. I never expected it because my category was so tough. You know, being nominated alongside Desmond Elliott, Yemi Black, God. But eventually God said the winner is.
It was extremely emotional, and I didn't even know what to say in the beginning.
In all, the 2013 Movie Awards came to a successful end in the wee hours of 31st December, with the organizers promising a whole surprise package next year.
That's it for showbiz, and that's how we wrap up. That's it for showbiz. We'll be right back.
Showbiz.
Well, that's it for the bulletins. My name is Stephen Enti, and before we go a wrap at our headlines, President John Dramani Mahama has delivered his New Year message to the nation, saying 2014 will be a better year of good things and that citizens should claim it. Meanwhile, former President Kufuor has asked the MPP members to use the party structures to resolve their internal wrangling rather than washing their dirty linen in public. The Accra Regional Police Command will begin a massive clampdown on motorbiking in the capital effective January 2014. And the new ShopRite building on the Oxford Street, closed by AMA some 2 weeks ago, is back in business and cashing in on avid festive shoppers. Also, we brought you the tips on how to prolong the battery life of your smartphone ahead of the New Year celebration. And international front, South Sudan's president and rebel leader have sent delegations to Ethiopia for peace talks. And this is how we draw the curtains on 2013 news at 8. Happy New Year in advance. Coming up is PM Express on policing and security. Stay tuned.